Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradariya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradariya Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Yamuna Yamuna Tira Manacharya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashoda Nandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanacharya Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Bhagavatam Subhasikacara Sutrasta Sri Srimad Ismangeses Bhaktam Prabhupada की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपनाथ स्वामी राधा कुमार गोवर्धन की जय वृंदावन धाम की जय नवदीप धाम की जय गंगा माई की जय, यमुना माई की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, समयत भक्तवृंद की जय, ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glory to some devotees, Hare Krishna. All glory to some Hare Krishna. All glory to some Hare Krishna. All glory Sri Gauranga. All glory Prabhupada. Sarva Shastrabdi Piyusa, Sarva Vedaika Shatpala, Sarva Siddhanta Ratnadya, Sarva Lokaika Drikpada, Sarva Bhagavata Prano, Srimad Bhagavata Prabhu, Kalidvanta Atitya, Sri Krishna Parivartita. परमानंद पटाय प्रेम वर्षाक्षरायते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्री कृष्णाय नमोस्तु मे मदेक बंधो मत्संगी मद्गुरो मन्महाधना मन्निस्तरक मद्भाग्य मदानंद नमोस्तु मे असाधु साधु तादाइन अतिनि चोच्चतारक आनमुंच कदाचिन माम हेमनारटकंतयो स्फुरा ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जायमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवा भागवते उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नष्टकी. So we'll be reading from Srimad Bhagvatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, entitled The Lord Slays the King of the Demons. We'll be reading today text 49 and 50, as 49 doesn't have purport, so we'll be reading 50th also. Okay, yeah, that's there. Are able to see until the end? Okay. So I'll read the 49th because this is 50th if I'm not. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Acha. No, the repetition, along with second one will repeat, no? Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you need not have to repeat. I'll just read this and then we'll go to the second one. That you need not repeat, okay? Sri Prajapataya Uchuhu Raji. No need to repeat. Because, okay, only once we'll put it, not more than that. Okay, just because we have to finish 8:30, so we have to keep that also track. Sri Prajapataya Uchuhu Prajesha Vayam Te Paresha Sita Na Ena Prajavai Sajamunishidha Sa Esha Tvaya Binna Vakshanu Te Chete Jagan Mangalam Satpamurte Avataraha. Okay, I'll read just translation. You do not repeat. The Prajapatis offered their prayers as follows. O Supreme Lord, Lord of even Brahma and Shiva, we, the Prajapatis, were created by you to execute your orders, but we were forbidden by Hiranyakashipu to create any more good progeny. Now the demon is lying dead before us, is just pierced by you. Let us therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto you, whose incarnation in this form of pure goodness is meant for the welfare of the entire universe. So we'll go to the next one. Okay. Sri Gandharva Uchuhu वयं विभूते नटनाट्यगायका वयं विभूते नटनाट्यगायका येनात्मसाद्वीर्यबलौ दशा कृता येनात्मसाद्वीर्यबलौ दशा कृता स एष नीतो भवता दशामिमाम् स एष नीतो भवता दशामिमाम् किम् उत्पतस्त कुशलाय कल्पते किम् उत्पतस्ता कुशलाय कल्पते श्रीगन्धर्वा ऊचुः वयं विभूते नटनाट्यगायका वयं विभूते नटनाट्यगायका येनात्मसाद्वीर्यबलौ दशा कृता येनात्मसाद्वीर्यबलौ दशा कृता स एष नीतो भवता दशामिमाम् स एष नीतो भवता दशामिमाम् किम् उत्पतस्ता कुशलाय कल्पते किम् उत्पतस्ता कुशलाय कल्पते श्रीगन्धर्वा ऊचुः वयं विभूते नटनाट्यगायका येनात्मसाद्वीर्यबलौ दशा कृता स एष नीतो भवता दशामिमाम् किम् उत्पतस्ता कुशलाय कल्पते वैष्णवास Vaishnavis, anyone want to try? Sikandar Babu. Gandharva Uchuhu Vayam Vivote Natanatya Gayaka Saishanito Bhavatam Nasamimam So I'll repeat word meaning. Sri Gandharva Uchuhu. The inhabitants of Gandharva Loka, who are usually engaged as musicians of the heavenly planets. Okay, Gandharva said, actually that's the word, but in the bracket it was Gandharva said actually. Okay, Vayam, we, Vibho, O Lord, Te, your, Natanatya Gayaka, dancers and singers in dramatic performances. Ena, by whom? Atmasat, under, under subjection. Virya, of his valor. Bhala, and bodily strength. Ojasa, by the influence. Krita, made. Saha, he. Eshaha, this. Nitaha, brought. Bhavatha, by your lordship. The Sham Imam, to this condition. Kim, whether. Utpas, Utpatastaha, anyone who is an upstart. Kushalaya, for auspiciousness. Kalpate, is capable. So I'll just read the translation and then we can repeat together later after that. The inhabitants of Gandharva Loka prayed. No, later. I'll repeat once and then we'll. Or okay. So I've not taken class for long, so we'll go accordingly. The inhabitants of Gandharva Loka prayed, Your Lordship, be ever engaged in your service by dancing and singing in dramatic performances. But this Hiranyakashipu, by the influence of his bodily strength and valor, brought us under his subjugation. Now he has been brought to this low condition by your lordship. What benefit can result from the activities of such an upstart as Hiranyakashipu? Okay. So purport by Srimad Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. By being a very obedient servant of the Supreme Lord, one becomes extremely powerful in bodily strength, influence, and effulgence, whereas the fate of demonic upstarts is ultimately to fall down like Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu and persons like him may be very powerful for some time, But the obedient servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like the demigods, remain powerful always. They are they are victorious over the influence of Hiranyakashipu by the grace of the Supreme Lord. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Tvayam Rupakada Mayam Dadati Swabhadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yutapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavam Sha Sri Rupam Sakrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lita Sri Vishakhanvitam Sha Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubheva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्. First of all, I'd like to seek the blessings of the senior devotees here, including that includes our Adhiksh Prabhu. I was given the opportunity for my own purification. Yesterday, I was told to give the class. So I took it as an opportunity when we take all the facility here. So I also have to return back something. So I thought, even though I'm not expert in many things, at least little bit I got heard, I want to share with you. It's first of all, it's for my own purification, and also whatever comes off, in the next 30 minutes, I speak, whatever, if, if it helps you, take it up. So I'll start here. I'll go with the first words. Of course, there's no purport, but of course, here I'm not giving to any purport of it, but just Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, we have to relish every word of Bhagavatam. So Acharyas Prabhupada has left for us a little bit, so let's relish, not just leaving it aside. There's no purport, forget. No, every word of Bhagavatam, there's Krishna in it. Right in the beginning, I chanted Sanatana Goswami's prayers for Srimad Bhagavatam. Paramananda Pataya Sri Krishna Partita. So basically, it's like every word is Krishna. We are unable to see that. But as we progress, then we'll understand. It's I was hearing Keshav Maharaj was mentioning that certain things we should do as if we live eternally. And one among them is reading Bhagavatam. We should not just rush it aside. Maybe initially, when I joined 92, 90s. So all these purports and these slokas, I thought, what is this? Just run through all those slokas, translations. But out of curiosity, but nowadays we have this Purna Pragna Prabhu's, others, abridged edition, you can call it, in a story form. But that was out of curiosity, On the other side also, I'm just sharing, first 6 months I did not touch Bhagavad Gita. I thought, let me purify, chanting more and more. One side is stories form, other side purify, so that we understand more, So of course, there were misconceptions. I don't recommend them. But the point is that, those things are there, with us. So here, these Prajapatis are praying. See here, certain things I'll just take it, uh, certain words, because we have other words also. See, Jagat Mangalam. See, anyone can do auspiciousness, for others, but none can do more than Krishna and his devotees. Nothing. People may open hospitals or educational institute, so many things, but you know, they are just, say, they will not solve the problem of birth, death, and old age, disease. So this very important, because sometimes we get doubt, or sadhakas. Like Arjuna also raises this question in Bhagavad Gita: what about those people, who practice but don't attain perfection? What about them? So Krishna says there, very clearly that Suchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Prashta Vijayate, that those who, say, those who, say, those who practice for short time, and if they have desires for enjoying in heavenly planets, they go there. But those who practice for longer time, they are given birth in Suchinam Srimatam Gehe, in the birth of, in the families of, say, rich people, so that they do not have to toil to make money, to ends, to make money, to make their living. And also in the families of, say, Vaishnavas. Like Prabhupada mentions in the purport in that, in that shloka, that, we were fortunate to have taken birth in a Vaishnava family, and later on we came in contact with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Of course, he was also, of course, these are not ordinary persons. They're all liberated people. They come for, assist the Lord in his mission. But the point I would drive home is that, say, there's nothing in Bhagavad Gita. Also, there's one more verse that basically there's nothing we lose. That's a purport. Neha Pikamna Ashwasti Pratyavayana Vidyate Swalpamapista Dharmasya Trayato Mahato Bayat. Nothing we lose. There's one funny story. One Tatpar Maharaj would say, one person was offered, he ended up somewhere in hell. So he was offered, just a second to visit heaven and end up in hell eternally. Eternally means long time. Nothing is eternal in this world. After punishment, they are sent back to this material world. So this person inquired from the Yamadutas, what did I do that qualified me to go to heaven? So the Yamaraj and servant, they said, by fluke, you happen to offer one rose flower to Krishna, some or other. So he said, Acha. Then he thought, okay. So here I have to spend a lot of beatings and bashings. So he thought, let me go there. And he already made up his mind. So as he was sent there for a second. As soon as he goes to heaven, he takes a scissors and he goes to the garden and says, Govinda Nama, Govinda Nama, Govinda Nama, cut. No. So what happens is that this becomes minus, because this hard disk, fails. His negative side. Then he earns so much piety, he doesn't have to go back to hell. The point I want to say is that because within that 1 second, it started building up. It's building up. So this is the thing. I'm just putting it, because nothing, there's nothing auspiciousness. Even gopis say, Tavakatamritam tapta jivanam kabibiritam kalmashapam shravana mangalam srimadatatam bhuviganantiye bhuridajana. Say, this is the thing. This katha actually is, Prabhupada, he went to America not with any other thing, just with first volume, few volumes of first canto. That was the thing he carried. And that created revolution. So we should have that faith. To be honest, I confess that, of course, family life is such a thing. It's like a quicksand. You get more and more. You know. So we struggle to find time. But at least uh, uh, when I asked Burjan Prabhu long back when I was working in the hospital, he said at least here if you can't read. So that much I make sure. I hear make sure proper lecture. But actually, honestly speaking, it should go parallelly. We should give as much importance to reading as much as we give to chanting. Just the other day, I was hearing Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj. He was mentioning Prabhupada said minimum 16 rounds, but most of the time we take out minimum and we stick to that 16. And the maximum, he said, 192 rounds, 3 lakhs names, which is not possible. But I'll share with you, we have a group or gang, I call it humorous way, in Bombay, Anand Vrindavan Prabhu. They chant during festivals 100,000 names. But on Haridas Thakur Tirobhav Day, they chant 3 lakhs names. I also joined them from UK. So the Zoom. So they start chanting at 12:01 in the morning. 12:01 sharp. Because it takes some people 15 hours, some people 20 hours. And on the Zoom, you cannot, just run away here, there. You'll be watched. You cannot just leave it and go away. And I call it, to do that, I personally did it. We feast on khichdi. That's it. No more. It's a light. It makes us survive. And also, we chant. So nice in the company of Association of Devotees. So, of course, it's only by the mercy of Haridas Thakur and Vaishnavas it's possible. There's nothing. Of course, we should not do at the cost of seva. That's very clear. Prabhupada very clear said, work now, samadhi later. Don't make it samadhi now and work later. It doesn't work the other way around. So whenever possible, we should do. And Sattva Murti, this one is, his form is pure goodness. No matter whatever forms it takes, is pure goodness. Because anything we say, like any animals or anything, even we touch those, those who are worshipping deities, they have to take bath. In Vedic culture, we don't keep all these dogs and cats in the home. They will be kept outside. But nowadays, Kali Yuga, they keep inside home, and they put on the bed and everything. It's impure actually. So, but main thing I want to say is that it's pure goodness, and why the Lord appears, incarnates, for the welfare of all living entities. When we come to this world, we come due to our karma. But when the Lord appears, He comes for our welfare, or His Lord's pure devotees. Yeah, that part. Okay, now coming to this verse, see Gandharvas are saying, Vayam vibhoti natanatya gayaka. Okay, no need to worry. Shishi Donitai ki jai. Mayapur Shashi Nityanand. What else? Koda Neta hai. Yeah, that. Because after 1 year I'm coming back, So Mayapur Shashi Koda Neta hai. I'll have to write 10 times to register. Shashi Mayapur Shashi Koda Neta ki jai. So here, this Gandharvas was saying in this verse that we do these things, chanting and dancing. For what purpose? For the pleasure of the Lord. So this is the difference. In this material world, they do this to earn money, fame, all that stuff. But when they do, it's for the pleasure. We see Narada Muni in the 7th or 8th canto, it comes up, 7th canto. He says to Yudhishthir Maharaj that in his previous life he wanted to impress And instead of glorifying Lord, he was glorifying, different things. And he was thrown back. You go and, so we see that it's not entertained there in the, higher heavenly planets. Whatever they do for the pleasure of the Lord. My grandmother, so she passed away in 94. She was 90 years at the time. She told me when, we are from Andhra Pradesh, in the villages, they would play the dramas, and they would play, know, like mostly related to Krishna or Ramayana, And when these actors would dress up themselves, all these people would take, coconuts, break them and, bow down. Even this Arun Gohel is a person who acted as Ramchandra, Lord Rama in Ramayana. If anyone of you have seen, from Indian people, they are aware. It's a nice Ramayana epic, but it's in Hindi, unfortunately. So even now, when they see him in airport, that actor, people do bow down. So these all things were meant for that purpose. But later on, because of Kali's infiltration, now it's Bollywood, I call it gutterwood, drainage. It's all gutter. It's all dirty, It's nothing there. They don't take you to Krishna, exactly opposite they take you. So this is what, they do. And they're saying Vibho. It's all powerful. I mean, say they know very well. Even for information, even demons previously, they would know who is Vishnu. But unfortunately, they were so envious, their intelligence so covered, they would not surrender. They would consider him as enemy. For example, Hiranyakashipu, of course, it's a special pastime. This is one of the things with Hiranyakashipu. They have, because the Lord wants to fight. When the Lord wants to fight, he doesn't fight with flies and, mosquitoes and all those things. He wants equal, Otherwise, there's not much, rasa in it or, pleasure in it. Like Prabhupada said, if we chase rhinos. We don't, I say, anyway, all these cats and dogs, they, on the roads, of course, you don't see here in India, so many get killed, so many get killed on the roads here, there. The point is that if at all, chase rhinos. So the demigods, they know, even previously demons. But unfortunately, the Kali Yuga on these planets, these are demons of 10th class. They don't accept Krishna as God. This is unfortunate thing of this material world. But the higher planets, even if they're demons, they know who is Krishna. Only thing, they don't accept and worship him, but they know who is Krishna. Because of that enmity and all those things. For example, Hiranyakashipu's brother was killed by Krishna in the form of Varahadev. So that thing burns in him, In terms of Kamsa also, he was scared, all the time. He knew that Krishna is coming. That fear in him, he did not, even after seeing Krishna, So it's not possible. Even Duryodhan, for that extent, he knew. But because they were so sinful, particularly they were enemies of Pandavas, they could not, even though they were seeing Krishna, they could not understand his position. So let's think. And in Atmasat Virya Balauja Sakrita. Now, Hiranyakashipu had all these things: Virya, power, influence, valor. Now, this fellow, instead of using them in Krishna's service, used to harass his devotees, that is, demigods. They are not meant for that. Krishna gives every one of us some, powers. So if we misuse, we pay the price. Just like, the fire is there. Either we can cook or burn our finger. Choice is ours. So he got some powers, by doing tapasya. So, but he misused, and unfortunately, all these Gandharvas, he got the benedictions, wherein, no one can defeat him. literally, practically. That benediction was as such. You cannot be killed day, you cannot be killed night, you cannot be killed inside, you cannot be outside, neither by human, nor animal, nor through weapons. It's like so much. In fact, Lord Nrsimham chastised Brahma, don't ever give such benedictions. As I say, think before you speak. Before giving any benedictions, I would say, no. Even Lord Shiva also ended up, that Bhasmasur, he gives the benediction, and this fellow was so, say, so fallen fellow, you know, immediately start chasing because he wanted to enjoy, you know, Mother Parvati, and he had to run for his life. And then Krishna had to come, in the form of a Brahman, and it, he fools him. So the point I drive home is that, because he misused it, he had to pay the price. So Eshani, Eshanito Bhavata Dashamimam. So here, one of the things I want to stress is that uh, Bhavata, Sanskrit word is a very refined language. So in India, when we speak our local languages like Hindi, like that, we have different terms. For elders, we say up, bhavata, like that, But youngest, we use. So, but in English, we see everything you. There's no, some seniors, we don't mention, respectfully. Of course, we say, Her Highness or King, Queen, Lord Baron, something like that. But that is very few. But within our families, like that, we don't have any word. This is a thing. In fact, Prabhupada said, we'll conquer the world through Vedic culture. So I was wondering, I was doing Bhakti Shastri in 1992 in VIC. When I read that, it was, I could not digest that at the time. It should have been, Prabhupada should have put it, we will conquer the world through Krishna consciousness. That was my misconception. But as I saw it, as we become mature, so much is there, Vaishnava culture. But of course, Vaishnava culture is part of Vedic culture. So much when it comes to eating, sleeping, speaking, everything. For example, even if an enemy comes to one's home, we should treat him as such. He forgets that he has come to enemy's house. I remember my cousin. He was into all this was the word, hooligans, murdering and all those things. And they made him, drink liquor, and they murdered him. The point I would drive was that, it's extreme, I'm putting it, but normal in Vedic culture, Prabhupada said, when enemy comes to one's house, we should treat him as such. He forgets that he has come to enemy's house. Okay. And Kim upatastasa ushalaya kalpate. So here also, then same thing is coming here. Previously also, we have that last words, Jagat Mangalam. Here also we are getting this Kushalaya, auspiciousness. I mean, say, we have that thing, Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake Ke. It means basically that if Krishna wants to kill someone, no one won't protect. And Krishna wants to save someone, no one can kill. So this is another side of auspiciousness. So this fellow so puffed up, like Prabhupada says, it's borrowed plumes. This is a word he uses. Something we have borrowed. Krishna gave us some things, and Hiranyakashipu was so puffed up, he tries to misuse. And then what happened in the end? He fell down. I mean, say, in the end, what he achieved? Nothing. But if he had used those same opulences to serve, you'd not have killed. But of course, it says, as you most of you know, it was a pastime of the Lord. he wanted to enjoy this fighting, so that's how it comes up. But we take this lesson that by using whatever we have, our powers, whatever opulence in it, it may be tiny, you know, we make spiritual progress, rapid spiritual progress. For example, in Vrindavan, one magician came, and he was putting coins in Prabhupada's ears and taking out from here, like he was doing magician, all those things. And the disciples were getting upset what this fellow is doing with our spiritual master. Prabhupada just, he was just watching and all those things. In the end, I'm a greater magician than you. What did I do? All this, people from West, I got them here. And more than that, I have given them a formula by using which they can go back to Godhead, which the magician cannot do. So another point I'm trying is that, the devotees of the Lord, they have so many powers, but they don't use it. One place, it's a little bit, this one, Prabhupada had to fight a lot for Jew property. And Prabhupada, actually, that Mr. Nair gave so much tough time. Prabhupada literally prayed, let him be killed, and that fellow died actually. But was that exception? That was an exception. Even, when Prabhupada, I'm just going back, when Prabhupada was young, Bhakti, he went to Gaudiya Math, a snake came to kill Prabhupada, bite him. Then when Bhakti Thakur said, kill it. And because Prabhupada was new, he said, why Sadhu is telling this, why, snake, to be killed. But later on in the Bhagvatam, it's mentioned, even the sadhus take pleasure in killing snakes and scorpions. There are some people, they are more than snakes. Snakes, you can, through mantras, through some, mantras, you can, control, but not these black snakes. Some people. So, so Prabhupada, because, of course, Prabhupada never wanted to fight or anything, but this fellow was a cheat. And because Prabhupada, he marked it, this place is earmarked for, even before going to West. Similarly, any one of you heard, where Prabhupada was, there is near Chopati, if you go across the road, we have Bharati Vidya Bhavan. Prabhupada came for the program out there, and Prabhupada said there should be a temple here. That's it. The temple, Chopati temple. There's a power of pure devotees. They don't show the miracles, but when they say something, Krishna makes sure it gets executed. So in short, it's whatever we get in this material world, it's all by the mercy of the Lord. And if we just, use them, Prabhupada is very clearly putting the purport, by being a very obedient servant of the Supreme Lord, one becomes extremely powerful in bodily strength, influence, and effulgence, whereas the fate of demonic upstarts is ultimately to fall down like Hiranyakashipu. So we are fortunate, most of us here, we are all devotees. The biggest danger for us is Vaishnava Aparadha. We have to be extremely careful. I was reading, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentions, a Vaishnava may forgive us, but the dust of his lotus feet will not forgive us. The dust of his lotus feet. Now, what does it mean? It means we may ask forgiveness, and then the Vaishnava may forget. But actually, that's not complete. We should go. Of course, we have to repent for doing consciously, unconsciously. At the same time, we should also serve the devotee. Serve the devotee. Then that offense is, of course, by the mercy of the devotee and the Lord, or particularly Harinam Prabhu. So it's almost like we have 2-3 minutes. I'd like to hear some comment. Adokshay Prabhu, like to comment. Questions we will see later. Of course, you have something. Yeah. Okay. If you say that, okay. Yeah.
You mentioned the danger of a Vaishnava Aparadha.
Yeah.
So how can we guard against that? Because our minds can be, our my mind stingy, circulating, and can go to places that I don't wish it to go, and a criticism can pop up, and I realise I've made an attempt. But how can I stop that?
Can you please repeat, if you don't mind?
How can you stop yourself being critical of devotees and committing offences automatically in your mind? What steps can somebody take?
I got it. So basically, how to safeguard ourselves from Vaishnava Aparadha. That's the gist. Basically, our tendency is, to be critical of everyone except ourselves. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, don't find faults in others, find faults yourselves. Because that's one of the things we have to, always see. Second thing is that, are we Yamaraj who punishes, of course, sinful, like not devotees? Are we spiritual master? Are we Krishna? No. Then why we need to comment? Who are we? You got me? There's hierarchy in the temple management, temple president. They have been given that power, but not to criticize, but basically to take some decisions. So externally, sometimes they look, oh, why they have taken decision, why this decision, but we don't know the intricacies. So we don't know everything. But in logic we say, if you have doubt, abstain. If you don't know anything of it, don't comment on it. Because it's something like, we go into something and, poke our nose. And what happens? Like that monkey, the person, what you call the carpenter, he put that seesaw, and left it and went. This fellow went and muddled with it. And he got it. And his, what you call his tail got stuck inside. It had nothing to do with it, but he went and, played with it. So we have to be a bit careful. And there's another story, that is from West, So all the monks were fighting in the ashram, and what to do, how to answer. So another monk came, visiting monk. He said, one of you will be Jesus in this one. Then they start respecting each other. You got me? Oh, it may be, he may be. The point I want to make is that, everyone is, so they are all trying to serve the Lord. And believe me, if we can't get along here, there's no chance getting out there. This is trailer, I call it, Because if we can't, because this society, Prabhupada made in such a way that you are covered by devotees. So here if we can get on, then easily we can, we'll get cleared. Like, once, of course, I'm just putting in a humorous way. Prabhupada asked, Prabhupada, why am I testing this so much? Then Prabhupada said, so that rascals like you don't disturb over there. So same thing applies. If you disturb, Krishna by, because after all, what is aparad means? Aparad means radha. Apa means displeasing. Radha. Aparada. So it's like, and also this is the thing, there are 6 types of things, where, when we see a devotee, we don't show any happiness. Yes, at least we have to say Hare Krishna, no matter what, they're after all a family, No, we try to, put aside this side. I don't see him, No, it doesn't work like that. Actually, I'm going a little bit in deep that, Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada writes, even sometimes someone comes and attack. It means not attack, but basically criticize or anything. We take positively. For example, in our Vedic culture, someone criticizes you. What we do? We put him in the courtyard. You know why? So that he keeps criticizing, I keep improving. And also, I need not have to pay a penny to him. Without paying a penny, I get improved. You got me? But what I want to drive home is that if someone criticizes, not that we criticize someone. It doesn't apply that way. I'm not saying, you criticize someone, then he gets. No. The other person criticizes, take it positively. Like Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, if someone criticizes you, he is your enemy. And someone glorifies you as your friend. The other way around. Someone criticizes you, is your friend. And someone glorifies you, is your enemy. So it's like that. I hope I shed some light. You like to add something, Adaksha Prabhu? Uh,
And those who can be saying you should, you should, whether in terms of the now, we're not involved, we're not talking, we're not saying you should. So, I think our first to be, the country that we both understand and struggle for is
yeah. I get to that. Actually, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami says, wear this like a necklace. In fact, Prabhupada mentioned, OBL Kapoor, Adi Keshav, Prabhupada, godbrother, when he approached him, means how you are going to do this? I have a formula. And the Prabhupada said this, I have this mantra. If you have this one, nothing can shake. And of course, I'm just putting, Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, those who are on the way back to Godhead, Lord Chaitanya puts thorns in their path. I mean, say, so you should understand, it's a tough, this one. So we have to be prepared, It's okay. We have already crossed, so I don't want to take it 8:35. So thanks so much for tolerating me. Hare Krishna. जय समय तो भक्त बंद की शिल प्रभुपाद की जय.